They now miss Kevin Samuels.
What?
Let's start with that.
Jaida doesn't miss Kevin Samuels.
I believe in God, and that's how I'm gonna leave it.
That's kind of cryptic.
The women in the room so upset they had to grab a plate of fruit.
This is the smartest 21-year-old I've met.
About a decade apart. I don't know.
Say like that.
I know it is what it is.
How old is he?
My stage age? Ladies in the room, how would you classify as a high value man from your perspective, not Kevin's? Start with Jaida.
Why me?
It's kind of alluded because no one is doing the work to go out and find out what it is.
So how do you feel about a man talking to a woman that has children and simply reducing it to something with a phrase like, you chose wrong?
The woman was too stunned to speak.
I think
Oh, no.
Why you making it sound like she do a hard time? He is the director, creator, mastermind behind Kevin Samuels' Misogynist or
Messenger.
And the first question I have about the content, I have a lot of women that said, personally, they now miss Kevin Samuels. I like that. Let's start with that. Jaida. Jaida, a.k.a. Jaida Big Waiter.
Jaida doesn't miss Kevin Samuels. So
Jaida Big Waiter. Why don't you miss Kevin?
You know.
He said they keep it.
I believe in God. And I believe He has a plan for all of us, and that's how I'm gonna leave it.
That's kind of cryptic. I think I'm gonna need like some more explanation.
Nah, I think everything happens for a reason, and God, takes people out. Maybe He needed an
Oh.
angel up in heaven. Who knows?
Your face didn't say angel though.
I didn't say nothing.
You know what I mean?
I
Like,
said what I said.
Yeah.
I just said something. I don't know. I'm controlling what I'm saying.
Erykah, long leg giant. How do you feel about Kevin Samuels getting a documentary?
I mean, I feel like it's a good thing. I don't necessarily feel like it's a bad thing. I mean, if somebody wanted to make a documentary about me, I would love to tell my story
Shaun.
or have my story told. So, I mean, it could be more that people could learn about him versus just certain clips they may have seen, of him on social media.
So
Agreed.
we can dovetail off that. So when I first approached you about doing an interview to join, and I'm glad because you didn't know him previously.
Yeah.
So everything that you got exposed to was basically what you researched.
Yeah.
What was your first impression of Kevin?
I mean, he was just very upfront. I mean, very blunt, very upfront person. I mean, people would ask him questions, so it wouldn't be like sometimes it wouldn't be unwarranted things he would say. He would, people would get on his live or tune into his radio station. I'm not too sure what he had, but and they would ask him questions, and he would give his honest opinion on that question. So it's like, I would just say he was a very blunt, upfront guy.
Did he make valid points?
I feel like in some situations he did. Because some people...
Jada's face doesn't say yeah.
Some people, when I went through, because I went kind of heavy that first week when you asked me about it.
Yeah.
And was watching different clips and how he interacted with different, mainly women.
Okay.
And some men. It was a lot of clips I watched with men as well. And he held back from nobody. And so what I just kind of learned was you can't kind of ask people for help and then be mad at the help that they provide to you.
I think that's a bar.
Sense.
That's a bar right there.
Because
I don't like the fact that you're going to take a sip after you say that. That's a bar.
That was a bar. Like,
That was a bar. That's the most elitist thing you ever done.
It's the truth. Like, I have to say, he's an honest guy. Like, you can't be mad at him. But people would ask him questions, and to be honest, I kind of felt the same way that he felt about some things. You can't want a certain thing from other people that you can't even provide for yourself.
Jaida.
I knew it.
Now, you just turned a big 2-1.
Oh, yes, I did.
How does a Gen Zer... She was like, I'm so shy. Anyway, so how does a Gen Zer feel about someone like Kevin Samuels?
That's a loaded question.
No, it's not. It's very direct.
I thought so.
I kind of feel like, I think what's going on right now is there's a lot of generational differences that I feel like because we all went through different things that we can't see what each other is talking about. And just from
Me-
what I,
Can you give an example?
okay.
It's quite the thinking noise.
Okay, we're gonna do
50-50. What do you bring to the table?
Yeah, I mean,
Cheesecake Factory.
That's going on. I mean, for my generation, if I'm
I
being
got
so
you.
honest,
I
we
got
don't do that shit no
Oh, I
more.
forgot about that one. Say it again.
We don't do that shit no more. Like that, everything is rigged. Like you be doing it for a week till you get what you want, and then after that. But I mean, for Kevin Samuels, he had a point. I do think just the presentation was wild.
Delivery.
Very, very. I mean, the clip when I was studying and looking at, I mean, I had to turn the video because I was just like, no way. Like it's just no way.
As one of the men in this room, I feel obligated to ask you this. You grew up in a 2-parent household or one?
2.
So how did your dad used to talk to you when you got upset or he felt very strongly about something?
My dad is very much. So I have 3 older brothers. So I'm the first female in the family, and I was the very last. So like, I was the humbling for my parents. Like
The humbling.
When I came in this world, I ain't gonna lie, I humbled my parents a lot. Like it was like, oh snap, like it's a female. Like we gotta talk to her differently. Like we can't toughen her up like the boys, you know, and stuff like that. So my dad, he was kind of out of pocket. Like he didn't really care. Like he kind of was like Kevin Samuels at times. Like
So
whatever you say.
so some people say he basically was talking like a man.
No.
What does a man being passionate sound like to you?
I feel like calm. Like to get what you have to say, if you're passionate about it and you really know what you want to say, you're gonna be able to say.
A lot of side eyes in the room.
That's bollocks.
It's bollocks.
It's bollocks. Like that's.
Go ahead, jump in there.
No one talks calmly when they're passionate. It's the opposite of fucking passion. That is the complete opposite. Like that is like complete. Like when you're passionate about something, you go hard. You talk with conviction, and
Say
you
it with
talk
your
with.
chest.
Say again.
Say it with your
You
chest.
say it with your chest, and it's like that emphasis, that feeling is there because you want someone to feel what you're feeling, what you're talking about. You want them to resonate with the importance of it. That's passion. Calm ain't passion. Calm is like calm. Like yeah. So I'm not like Prince would never win an argument. Right? He's too calm. Right? He's
He won that basketball game.
But Prince would never win an argument against anything, no matter how calm Prince is, right? And it could be about the same subject. You will never win. So when you're passionate about something, it's like I think to me it's counterproductive to attempt to be calm. No, you need to hear this, not only hear it, but you need to feel this. Because it's not all the time about what we hear. Sometimes it's about how what we hear makes us feel. And without that passion, you can't feel that.
Now, with that being said, you ended that sentence where you can't feel if you're not being passionate. A lot of times when women have these conversations about relationships or things in general in pop culture, they start the sentence with, I feel. Ugh. So when you're talking with passion,
Yeah.
y'all have the best reaction faces.
Because
Sort of not. So with that being said, are you a quiet whisperer when you're passionate about something?
Oh no.
What's your call? Give me an example of you. Let me speak to the manager.
Oh, God. Oh my God, I love doing that. Like, well, I'm more of a typer because I work in corporate.
Okay.
So I'd be like,
as
ChatGPT.
Per my last
previous
email.
I'd be like, thank you so much for your inquiry. Let me go ahead and break that down to you in different phrases. So I just gonna go like just straight and narrow, but I'm getting to the point. And sometimes I do have to repeat the point in various ways, but I mean, I'm a tall woman, so I have to always carry myself a certain way and be assertive. And I also am a freelance model, so it's like I can't go and try to have people book me, and I'm just like, I'm passionate about my own, but I'm like, oh, yeah, you can just pay me. I'm like, no, these are my rates. This is what I do for this rate. This is what I do for that rate. So, yeah. I'm passionate about like other things too. Even healthy. So I tend to all very open and direct about those.
Jada.
So, yeah.
Jada's like, why me? Why me?
Because I'm always petty each episode.
It's like
I
a huge
must do
difference
it.
between like
You're right here.
and me. Like,
Because I know it's going to catch you off guard, that's why.
it's a generation thing, like kind of like what she said. 'Cause I'm almost 30, so I'll be 30 this year.
Mhm.
She just turned 21. I grew up in a 2-parent household too. So you see, like I remember when I was 21, I was like, yeah, I'm 21, we go out and start drinking. But now I go out and drink. It's taking 2 days, baby. It's taking 2 days to recover. It's taking 2 days.
Not 30 people
It's
doing
taking
that.
2 days now.
2 days to recover.
Man, y'all check engine light came on quick.
Real quick. Real quick. They need an oil
It's
change or
taking 2 days. I'm
something.
like, man, these joints ain't what they used to be. But
Before I throw back to Jada, how did your dad address the family when he was upset about something?
my dad, he was very stern, because it's just me and my older sister.
Scale of 1 to 10, when he got upset and I thought I told y'all to get that garbage out, or get them clothes off. I know y'all ain't playing that. I know y'all ain't playing in that water. 7 to 10, 7 to 10. Where was he at?
Sometimes he almost got me fired from McDonald's. I'll never forget that story.
Wait, we need that.
No, like legit.
What'd he do?
When I tell you, my dad was that man. I was working at McDonald's in high school. I'll never forget it. It was my senior year, and you know when you're in school, you have to be to school at like 6 in the morning.
Yeah.
You know when your parents come to get you, you on their time.
Yeah.
So it was like 9 o'clock. I was supposed to be getting off, but my manager wouldn't let me go because I was working in the back booth, and the person didn't come in yet to relieve me.
Mhm.
So my dad had been waiting like 15 minutes outside for me. He is banging on the door.
Missing the damn
The
game.
janitor comes and said, it's like a 6'5" light-skinned man at the door. And he opened the door for my dad. My dad come in there, went behind the counter, looked at me, said, clock out. I said, all right. Took my ass on, walked over to the computer, and my manager like, what you doing? You ain't hear this nigga? He said to clock out. I clocked out. He looked at my dad. I looked at my dad, and I walked out the door with my dad. My dad, he wasn't a man of many words, but when he spoke or when his presence was there, you're not gonna play with him.
Now, you smile as you tell that story. How do you feel about that now, the way he handled that situation?
Oh, I loved it.
So
I
you,
still love it.
So you, as a lady, looking back at your father, you like man standing on business.
Yeah, I like, cause I was telling him, I kept telling him, hey, I need to leave, I need to go home. My dad's waiting for me. My dad kept calling me. He didn't want to listen, and sometimes it takes another man to listen to another man. So I was just like, well, my hands are wiped here, so now you gotta deal with him.
Hands are wiped
I
here.
have to live with this man, and you don't.
Okay.
So, I mean, I like for my man to just kind of be, like, to stand up for me. Like, I don't want to be with a man who's just going to be all laxy-daisy, like, all the time. But I'm not trying to say I also need to be with a man who's going to, like, pull out a gun on everybody. Like, well, you didn't put French fries in her burger basket. Like, I just need somebody who's just going to be firm and just, like, have some type of gawk about him, I guess, because I'm firm, and if a woman disrespect my man, I would come in and step in and say something to her. And I hope if a man disrespects me, my man would come in and say something.
Sean,
I like that kind of stuff.
when you look at Kevin Samuels and his presentation, when he's talking to men and women, what would you say, if there is any, what would you identify as the difference?
There is no difference. The exact same way he talked to men, he talked to women the same way.
So is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I think for getting the message across that he was trying to get and talking to the type of people that he was talking to, I think his approach was perfect.
Okay.
Because the men that he was talking to and the women that he was talking to were delusional. They weren't logical people. So you can't have a calm demeanor. No. There's no shot, Jada, but you can't have, when you're dealing with someone that's delusional or crazy or not normal, then you have to talk to them on their level to where they can, like, it could penetrate the wild shit, right? So when you have a man calling in saying that, he's 5'6", 240, made 30 grand a year and wants Halle Berry, I gotta call you a stupid motherfucker. I gotta shock you. I gotta shock you and get you so you can hear what's coming next, right? So, and the same thing with women. You know, she's, 5'3", 260, 3 kids, 4 baby daddies. Bitch, you're not getting Tyson Bedford or whoever's hot right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just shit.
It was a
I'm riffing. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So,
like the real daddy not paying child support.
boom. So you have to. So when you have
I
a
like you said
person,
extra dad.
when you have a person that thinks irrationally like that, you have to approach them in a different way, which is the shock, which is the more firm, which is the more stern, which is the more aggressive or quote unquote polarizing that they call them, whatever. You have to talk to that person because for them to get to a point where they gotta call someone like Kevin, they ignored every rational person in their life. And they ignored them, didn't get the results, so it drove them to someone like Kevin, and they still not listening. So at that point, they skipped past all the niceness to get there. Once you got there, he knew that. He knew that you went through every rational person, you ain't listening, so now I gotta give it to you a different way in hopes that you listen. So his approach with men and women, although not different, was perfect.
Jaida, have you watched someone else other than Kevin make similar type of content or have conversations about relationships?
I'm finna say, I don't remember working on 22.
Charleston White? Okay.
He's funny though, I ain't gonna lie. He having me. And like, he's actually smarter than he plays. Like, I like people that play that. Like, play them, they're actually really smart. And he's one of those people that's but he don't be saying how Kevin saying himself.
There are some, no, she is. She is.
Depending on what show he's on. Yeah.
The way the internet works, you meet a different version of a person.
Like, he actually knows, like, he's been in politics.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a very, very smart man.
He's very smart. He just plays stupid.
I did like the interview with him.
Because the world is run by.
Whatever you see.
Oh.
Yeah. The majority of people are stupid. So if you want to get in and penetrate that and get the people message around you, you got to play to your audience. 99% of the world, or 90% of the world are followers, right?
Yeah.
5% are leaders, 5% are people that.
It's
make
not
it
an
happen.
ad for 5%ers.
So to your point, yeah, he had to play stupid in order to amass the status that he's at. But once he's there on certain shows, he shows his intelligence.
Yeah.
I think with Genius, it was like the spook that's out by the front door. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So, ladies, let's see. Female
Don't you have
version of
cards?
Kevin. Say it again.
I said, don't you have cards?
No. I'm freestyling this off the top of my head. So when you have a man that talks about these relationship content about what a man should do, what a man shouldn't do, what a woman should and shouldn't do, right? What about women that are working in the same space? Have you guys heard from any women that give a better message? Love Dorsey, Kendra G.
Kendra G, you can't count. You can't put Kendra G in there.
Why? Because
I don't think any single woman should give relationship advice. I'm sorry.
The Queen Maker, Sprinkle.
Yeah, I said it, AD.
Happy Samuels was single.
I said woman. But Stevens was the man.
Oh, my bad. I keep forgetting about that bias.
He's getting attacked by a lady off camera. That will get tagged in.
There's no bias. So here's the difference, because I want to address that, and we've had these talks. There is no bias when I say a woman shouldn't give relationship advice and a man can't, because when women typically, not all, because you love to say all women are like it, typically when a woman gives relationship advice, it comes from a jaded, hurt area, and she wants to project that on everybody else. Look at all the women that give relationship advice that is attacking Simone Biles right now for not leaving her husband because he said he's the prize.
Wait, they want her to leave?
Yes. All the single women giving relationship advice want this, hold on, wants this woman to leave her husband, want her to leave her husband because he said he's the prize. Meanwhile, you're single, she's married. And these are the same women who a year ago talked cash money shit about her hair on her wedding. Those type of women give that advice from a fucked up, hurt, miserable area, and they want everyone else to feel the same. That's why I say single women should not give relationship advice.
So, as you made the women in the room so upset they had to grab a plate of fruit, you made her say a safety word. Jaida, how do you feel about that? What's your take on women deciding what you should do with your relationship and that they're not in?
What I can say from like a younger standpoint, there's some things like unless they find out, nobody's figuring out about my man or nothing like that. Because I want what's we have going on. If I feel like we actually need help, we got therapy.
This is the smartest 21-year-old I've met
Thank you.
all year.
Hey, yo.
So, as you guys did research for this interview, did anyone have any of their opinions changed by watching his content or any Red Pill content about how you thought about things previously?
Yes, I just thought he was a straight up bitch.
Okay.
But then I was just like, if you're going to look for clarification from certain people, and you can't handle the answer, then that's on you. Like, if you feel like you already don't have your life together, and for you to ask somebody if you have your life together, you don't have your life together. I don't think you have to ask somebody.
Which is
if you
why
don't
I
have your
said
life
earlier,
together if you don't have your life together.
people that called in are fucking delusional. You're absolutely right. Absolutely right.
He's like, oh yeah, I'm working, about 20 hours at McDonald's, and I just picked up my second son, but he gotta make 100K.
I also think it's not realistic to have a relationship. Not every female can have a relationship.
Bars. It's another bar.
I might be the richer person in the relationship. I do think I will be, but
it shouldn't be any emphasis on that. Like, if you're working together as a team,
it doesn't matter.
your partnership should be the most important thing. Because at the end of the day, when the world fails us and the money fails us and the system fails us, what the is that paper gonna do? What's that debit card gonna do for you, honey? When they're hunting our bodies down, like, you see what I'm saying? When it's the Hunger Games, what's that gonna do? But
right.
If it's the Hunger Games,
about a decade apart.
Yeah.
I don't no.
Say like that.
I know it is what it is.
Jesus.
I got younger friends too, so it'd be like, yeah, it hurts too. So it's okay. It's okay. It's
how old are
okay.
you? How old are you?
My stage age? All right. No, right. 25 5 times.
I'm making sure.
I like how you accepted it for 2 seconds. But anyway.
I did. I was doing the math. I was like, wait, 5 times doesn't make sense. I stopped after 2. Like, shut up.
Anyway, so the question I have, you mentioned money, and you figured that you might be the breadwinner in your future relationship. How much money does a man make for you to classify him as broke? As a brokey, a dusty?
College. You gotta have, like...
No, after college.
After?
Yeah, in your
I don't
mind.
think she could.
I ain't
Shut up.
there yet.
That's fair.
I'm at the point where I pay for my own crib, I pay for my own grad school fees, like my parents still there yet. So like, if you don't have at least paying for student, like we live in student housing, if you can't have your phone for student housing, then I don't think you can purchase stuff that I need.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm very independent. If you can't be independent at our age, then it's probably not gonna work.
Okay. Erykah, what makes a man broke to you? If he can't afford to go out at Chipotle?
At where?
Chipotle?
First of all, Chipotle walk is the same.
Elitist.
Actual like Hispanics and Venezuelans.
I like how the last year all the chain restaurants are catching strays.
Their guac is so nasty. It's just like smash up avocado baby food. But anyways, I mean, you just have to be a bum. Honestly.
No tipping is crazy.
Like
No what?
No tipping.
Oh.
We had that conversation. We did. We had that conversation. So,
but, I mean, for a man to be considered.
can we put a number
like,
on it? 40, 50, 60?
I guess like I don't know, like I guess like 40,000.
There you have it, internet. 40K is brokey. All right.
I don't know. Like I
There's
don't
no
know.
right or wrong answer. It's
can't
separate
put a
preference.
number
Really.
on it because everybody's lifestyle is different.
Yeah.
So like that's like the hard thing. We try to genericize things. That's not a word, but
It is now.
It is now.
It is
now.
things.
Yeah, I like it.
And I'm like, you can't generic size things because like lifestyle I'm living in Atlanta is gonna be different from the lifestyle I'm living from where I'm from. So from where I'm from, 30K, that could get 30K a year plus his maybe 30K a year could get us a nice little family home with like 2 kids out of it. But 30K up here is gonna get you like a little rent a room. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's just different dynamics. That's why it's hard to kind of, for me to be like, oh, well, if you making less than 50K, you a broke nigga. Like, I can't say that because that may genuinely fit your lifestyle, and then you may be doing what you love to do, and I'm a very huge advocate on that. So you may be freelance, you may not be making a lot of money, but it may be what you enjoy doing, and that may go along with your lifestyle. So I don't know. I don't like to really talk about the money.
That's good.
I don't like that.
That's
I
good.
just be like, I don't know. Money
So-
just got us so
Shaun,
effed up now.
First of all, where the fuck was she when I was doing the documentary?
I didn't know her then, and she was afraid to. No, I did know her. She was afraid to text me back.
Well, I'm very precautious on who I spend my energy with.
Which
That's the answer.
is also why I treat women nicer typically more so than men, because women tend to be more high maintenance, and you're also meeting a stranger off the internet.
Fair enough. Fair enough. No, I get it.
Thank you.
I get it. So you pander.
I'm sorry, but I'm here now.
You pander. That's fine.
You said what? A pander?
Huh? What? It's a joke. It's something.
Yeah,
we said-
slightly.
It's something we said in-
Slightly
in the
pander.
doc.
It's a little pander.
it's something-
It's not
it's
a full pander.
It's something we
Don't
said in
judge
the
me with that
documentary.
face.
That's all.
Eat some fruit, bro.
Hey, don't call her bruh.
No, bruh, that's respect now. We can't say female or a lady. I don't know. Lady, that might be something later in 2024. Anyway,
Just don't say cisgender, please.
Oh gosh. You about to ask me a question?
that just blew my hard drive for a little bit. Anyway, so what would you classify as a high value woman?
There is no such thing.
Okay. What would you classify as a high value man?
I'll
Oh, my
Dude.
bad. I thought you was choking. Say that.
There's no such thing as a high value woman. And here's why. The things that make a man high value are all the things that a woman want in a man, right? All of those things that a woman want in a man, we don't want in a woman. And I think that starts to break down the relationships. Women want men to like the things about them that they like about us. That's not what we want. We don't give a fuck about where you went to school. We don't give a fuck about what your career is. We don't give a fuck how much money you have. Your value becomes when you become my wife. Just like in ancient times, when a woman married a king, she became a queen. You can't be a queen without a king. Cleopatra had to marry her brother to become queen. You know what I'm saying? So there is no such thing as a high value woman because your value starts and is equated by after you're married.
That's intriguing to hear you say, because based on the research that you do and the work that you did, it was clearly outlined a difference between a high value man and a high value woman.
When?
He classified a high value woman as a fit, feminine, friendly, and something else that I'm missing it. But it was basically everything opposite of what they
right.
say women classify themselves as.
Yeah.
So, ladies in the room, how would you classify as a high value man from your perspective, not Kevin's? Start with Jaida.
Why me? Yeah, I'm little. I'm like this. I don't got.
I mean, you on the
I
couch.
need
You
to
gotta
still
talk.
think. I need to still think.
Give
about
you some
my
time to think.
answers.
Erykah, would you like to jump in?
About what I think a high value man is.
To you. It's not a pop quiz, yeah, to you.
I mean, to me, first and foremost, you have to have really good morals.
Okay.
Like, you can't be out here just slanging and banging. Like, you have to have some self-respect. Like, a lot of men have no self-respect or self-awareness. You have to have self-respect, self-awareness. Another thing is you have to have goals in the future. Like, you can't just get with me and then be like, oh yeah, I work at this chicken plant and I plan on just working here at this chicken plant. Like, no, you have to have goals, future, and you have to have ambition.
Did you say that was your vision? Wait, I'm sorry. Go
I was
ahead.
getting to that next.
I'm
You have
sorry.
to live a healthy lifestyle.
Okay.
Like, you have to be not holistic. I'm not trying to say go out here and eat some straw, but you can't be putting back a Big Mac every night in my face, expecting me to raise a family, and all you want to do is eat fast food and die on me. No.
Clock out. What, you want to raise your hand?
I really want to try to respect.
Oh, go
what
ahead,
you were saying.
go ahead.
But I can't. What? It's funny how, and I know you said your own words, right? I think that was the mistake in this question. Because,
On high value man or high
yeah,
value? Okay.
because there is a standard.
Yeah,
A high value
I'm
man
aware of
is
it.
this. Fuck what your explanation is. Just like Harvard has a list of guidelines to get into Harvard.
Well,
Hold on, wait, let me finish.
Where the definition come from?
Hold on. They are, in the sense of Harvard, they are what the standard for Ivy League is. There's no better school. So they set the standard for everyone else. So fuck you, Columbia. What your definition of Ivy League has to go off of what ours is. When we come to this high value thing, just like religion, everyone loves to put their own spin on it so it fits them, which also causes confusion. If we all follow the same fucking standard and stop trying to be different or stop trying to make it fit us, I believe we wouldn't have the issues that we have. The word shoe means fucking shoe in Germany, in Europe, in the US. So why don't the definition of high value, coined by Kvon, developed by the men that people follow now afterwards, this is the fucking standard.
So high value only means monetary value when it comes to men?
No, because
You want to break down the
there
definition?
were 10 things that a man has to be in order to be high value. A is 6 figures or more. Not just 6 figures, but you have to have made 6 figures for 5 consecutive years.
Okay.
That's number one. Number two, we did it for the doc, but I can't remember them all. Number two is you have to be a man of status, right? You have to have a network of other high value men that can vouch for you, right? That's 2. 3, no kids. A high value man doesn't have any children, right?
That one. I didn't know that one.
No children. Never married. A certain height, fit, right? And there were other things that were like community and shit like that. I don't remember them all, but I can get them to you. But there are 10 things that a man must have.
Yeah.
But there are 10.
I thought it was 5.
I can't remember it all. No, because I broke it down for the doc. It just didn't make it. But there are 10 things that a man has to have to be considered high value.
Okay.
If you don't have one of those, you are not high value. But we let people say, well, my definition is this. So when I meet a woman like her or a woman like her or my beautiful co-director there, and there's a problem now because her definition doesn't match mine.
Well, I want you to
understand.
I asked them that question purposely because I know they didn't know that definition. But I want to see how it plays out in front of the internet because there's a lot of people don't watch this content. They were unaware of this content before I asked them to join us for this conversation, which is why all the confusions keep stirring.
No, it wasn't a shot at them. It was just since we were on it.
But this is a representation of the community because where other people just keep scrolling until they find people that they agree with. That's why I like mixing rooms and different groups of ingredients in the kitchen. What were you want to say, Jaida?
So,
Hold on, let Jaida go.
Who made the definition of a high? I'm
Y'all.
You had no
Women. Women.
Wait. I don't know. I was sitting here for real. Like, where he start with 1? Like, how we get to 2? How we get to 10? First of all,
women have. Hold on, let me answer that. Women have established what a high value man is. Someone like Kvon Andrew Tate took all the traits and quantified it. Women, not you, the majority, won't date a nigga over 6 foot. That is a value that has to go in there. But women, most on the internet, won't date a man that makes less than 100K. That is the value. Everything that makes a man high value have come from years of shit that women say.
Okay. Erykah,
That's where it comes from. I think I get mad at it.
Are you yelling or passionate?
I'm sorry. It's all passionate, goddammit.
What were you gonna say, Erykah?
They have to have like a resume to be considered.
So essentially, and from what I've seen in doing the research, I'll let you come back in. What I saw with everything from not just Kvon, but the Roommates podcast, Andrew Tate, Steph is Cold, Stefan Speaks,
Fugazi.
all these guys, all these long list of guys. Essentially, what it came down to, what I remember from the list, I didn't see the 6 foot and no kids and never married. I saw 100K standard, but if you live in certain markets, Miami, New York, Atlanta, California, it's like what 115 or more due to inflation in those places, and then network of other high value men, a LinkedIn account where that we can verify your work and your status. And that's pretty much what I saw as the definition. Now, what you just added to the conversation, that's new to me. But that's what we're having this conversation. It shows how quickly convoluted the definitions become.
It's convoluted because no one is doing the work to go out and find out what it is. Everyone hears certain things and they run off of that, right? If we truly wanted to get an understanding of what high value is, if we truly wanted to get an understanding of the breakdown of relationships, we should be doing the fucking research. And no one is. Everyone's looking at a clip on social media and taking it that. No one, very few people go forward.
Yeah.
Go further.
I'm
right?
glad you said clip.
That's where the convolution comes from. Again, we're out here doing things without doing the fucking work to do it in the first place. That's like me wanting to build.
Are you asking people to do work on the internet?
Yeah, no. See, here's the thing.
It's not happening.
See, so we can accept that people won't do work on the internet, but we can accept that people can get up here and talk about whatever they want to talk about and influence motherfuckers without no background. So that's like me letting you give me a fucking vasectomy because you want to. You see how crazy that sounds?
I feel confident in her.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You and the kid that's all state. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way. But that's the thing. We are letting people influence us with no fucking background, but you won't let a fucking homeless guy work on your car. You won't let you'll be apprehensive. You'll be apprehensive to let the woman that is begging you for change braid your hair. Women will scrutinize who touches their hair more than they scrutinize the other women giving them information for their lives. That's fucking crazy. That is delusion, and that's where convolution comes in at. Mm-hmm. We want what we want, and we're going to go to the person that's giving us how we feel, opposed to someone that's going to give us what we need based on their extensive background and work on the subject.
All right, so I want to hone in on some phrases that I've pulled from the internet, and I want you guys to tell me what you feel about them. What I've seen, and the reason why I accumulate these different phrases is based on, it seems like the woman in the men war that seems to be going on online, we basically have a person that comes with a hot bar, then another person of root, they huddle up, and then come back with a rebuttal. Mm-hmm. And then that's what you hear consistently in these different clips in various shows. Mm-hmm. So I want you guys to tell me how you feel about these phrases. You don't have kids. You have kids? Okay. So how do you feel about a man talking to a woman that has children and she's discussing how difficult the man is making her life by being absent or not necessarily being the most assertive when it comes to the child's life, and simply reducing it to something with a phrase like, you chose wrong?
Run it back from me.
So a man will look at women that have children. I like the sturdiness in the face. Per my last email's the face. That's the clip. So essentially what man would say to women that have children and they're bemoaning about their life, about the father, they would just simply say, you chose wrong. You deserve what you got.
I think.
Speak freely.
Gonna hypothetically ask that to my right.
Jaida, you want to?
Okay. So I have a friend.
Why you making it sound like she do a hard time?
Hold it. POP, hold it down.
Hold it down, gang.
But she probably doesn't have the best. I would say the father and the baby probably doesn't have the best relationship. Maybe the typical beginning of, But I feel like
Where's the breakdown in their relationship?
I think as a female, because the baby's a female, me being, I'm still not grown up yet. My mind is not fully there, but
You don't have to qualify your statement. Just make it.
No, yeah, just go ahead, rock out.
Seeing what I'm seeing, like as him being a father at this time of age and him not having a father, I feel like for any man that doesn't have a father, it should make you want to be more of a father than you already are.
Okay.
How?
There's.
And I understand you don't know how
I got
to
you.
be a father, but that's what villages are for.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like thankfully my parents and God have blessed me with a village that I've been able, like maybe my dad hasn't been the best father figure, but I've had a village to show me what a father figure is supposed to look like.
Okay.
So I feel like I see he has a village, but I feel like his village also doesn't hold him accountable, because accountability goes a long way. Like I feel like if I'm messing up and like everybody in my regular life don't see what's going on, but my family family knows, like, all right, your at home stuff is not together. Like, you gotta hold, you know, more accountable. I just feel like for someone to say something like that is ridiculous because you have no idea, like, you don't know what happened. Like, you just don't know the story.
How much did you know about the relationship before the child came to
Everything.
it?
I was there from the beginning to the. We was at home partying it up. They was in there whole time.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
Because you knew that, did he want to be a father?
Did he want to be?
When she told him he was pregnant, what was his response?
I don't know his exact response. What I do know,
You was there for everything.
Right.
I was there.
Don't jump her. Don't jump her.
So that's your friend. So when she came to you and said, "Girl, I told him I was pregnant," what was his response?
What I know for the fact is they were about to get an abortion.
Okay.
I have my answer.
Go ahead.
He sent his part, and she made his decision.
I have my answer.
I mean, her decision.
And that's why they don't have a relationship. Because this
And,
man did not want to be a father, and she unilaterally made the decision to do so. If he sent her money for an abortion, there was some kind of conversation not to have the baby, and she changed her mind. As a man, I'd be pissed the fuck off too. And that's why he's not there.
Yes.
So your point, she gets what she got. She got what she, yeah.
Got what you got?
She got what she got.
Okay. Erykah, you took a mighty deep breath there.
That was good.
What's
That's
your face?
fact.
I tell you, that was a good one.
That's
I kind of.
Yo, getting dapped up. And,
I fucks with her.
I kind of see.
yeah. Erykah, you feel, you're twirling your thumbs there, huh? Speak on it. Anxiety cards.
I mean, that's sucks. I guess I don't know.
Sucks for who? Sucks for who?
I mean,
Him.
Don't lead her answer.
No,
I know.
I be saying shit just to trigger Alicia.
I'm gonna say the first person it goes for is the child.
Okay, yes, absolutely.
Well, the question and mostly the debate kind of boils down to this. It's always going to come down to the woman making the decision because it's your body, right? However, if it's her body, you can't force a woman to have the child. You can put it in there. However, because if you want the child and she doesn't, you still can't make her have it, right?
Okay, stop. So, whoa. We chose sex. To your point, you were absolutely right. It is a woman's body. I cannot make her choose otherwise.
Right.
But why can she make me choose to be a father? Stop. She let me nut.
Leverage.
Let me nut. She let me nut. First of all, so it's a situation where both of you were irresponsible. You are. Both of you were adults. Hold on. So, no, both of you were adults. Both of you decided to have sex unprotectedly. He shot the club up. You let him. You both decided not to have wear a condom. Both of you are at fault. I'm not saying that. You're two consenting adults. You knew what can happen if you did this, right? However, when it happens, right? When it does happen, because it is a woman's body, she does get the right to choose, right, whether that baby is born or not, against my right to say I don't want to be a father. So what it does, it's an imbalance because she holds all the control over my life. I have to be a father for 18 years to a child that I didn't want and a woman that I just wanted to smash. I don't think that is fair. And I don't think it's also not fair for women to be able to go online who made those decisions. Unless you're fucking married, I don't want to hear about a deadbeat father. Because 9 times out of 10, these women will have sex with men and not discuss about what would happen if I got pregnant. It's always the afterthought, right? I don't know. But it's always the afterthought, right? So there is no deadbeat fathers. It's fathers who didn't want to be fucking fathers, and y'all made us be fathers because it's your body. Nah, like that shit is off. And we have to stop. I think first and foremost we have to do is I want to
stop you here. You guys chose sex. So based on, I got to get more factual numbers, but this is going back to the phrases. So essentially, 80% of women only want 20% of men. So 80% of men are living sexless, do the online dating and creating contempt for other women.
Is there a question?
Oh, I was waiting. I thought she had a statement. Oh, you were doing the math?
Yeah, I was
seeing the math was mathing?
Say it again. Say it again.
So essentially, according to how people talk about the dating life of online dating, 80% of the women are only swiping right on 20% of the men. And the 80% of women are basing the entire population of men based on the 20% of the men that they're fighting over. However, the 80% of men that are not being chosen are judging all the women and creating a contentious idea based on them not getting chosen.
Okay.
So how do you feel about that,
I've been talking a lot. I'll let the ladies go first.
Erykah?
Can I say before?
Both men and women in the dating
general,
world.
but she said,
It's the numbers that
you talking
confuse
about
you.
ugly men. That's
You
hilarious.
said ugly men?
She said,
let's say
there are
ugly
some
men.
ugly men in there. There's some, and of that 80% of women is about
Oh,
a bunch
the
of
short
ugly
men,
women.
You got the short men in there. They be in there.
Oh, y'all like short kings?
I like
Erykah, you 6'2". You got a short king or your man taller? What's your current? You and your current is like y'all a couple years in, right? Oh, my bad. Did you have short arguments? No, I wouldn't say that to be funny. You know what I mean when I say that, right?
No, he was never insecure.
Okay.
Never insecure.
You never peacocked even more? Okay. What about you? Have you dated someone shorter than you?
Definitely.
Definitely.
I feel like
You said up to chest too, D voice. Definitely.
I feel like what I have peeped or seen, they may compensate just a little bit more, just to seem like the regular and normal. But I mean,
Okay.
I don't really matter much.
Have you ever, as ladies, ever told a man, say hello in my Cash App?
Say hello to in my cash.
I like the women in here. Y'all just looking at me like, what?
Say hello in my cash app.
Yeah, send me money.
I've never said it like that.
Whoa, hold on. We have a development. You said say it like that. How do you say it? What's your remix? Real geisha girl laugh.
Okay. What I do, I typically love flowers, and I just love posting flowers, or I just love posting things that I love, and like the people or the men that care, they'll send me the money for it, or they already have my cash app, or ask for it, just send it.
Why does a man already have a Cash App?
I mean, it's not hard to find it from my Instagram. Same name.
Or if you have a phone number, you type it in
Yeah.
type it into your Cash App and it's there.
As a way to initiate a conversation with you?
No, I mean, to be honest, if you send me money in cash app, I probably don't. But that's a different story. But I guess that's the persona of like trying to be a man, but like that don't go together if your personality is.
Go ahead. You got something?
For the question, I'm recently single, so I've been on dating apps, and there's
What's
about
that spike like for you?
it's scary out there. Because to your question, I don't know the number. I haven't keeps tally, but I would say there's a lot of women that say if you want to talk
that's
to me,
not official
hit my
about
Cash
together.
App. Like no, but I've seen it
yeah.
so many times. If you want to talk to me,
Or
hit my
follow my-
Cash
or
App.
follow my
My time
Instagram.
is worth money. No,
Yeah.
no, fuck Instagram. That's like the third thing. They're not talking to me personally. That's just on their ad for everybody,
Yeah.
right? It's if you want to talk to me, hit my Cash App. If you want to get a date, hit my Cash App. My time is valuable. Here's my Cash App. And it's
What do you
like,
think has
the
facilitated
fuck?
that culture?
Excuse me.
What do you think has facilitated that type of behavior?
Social media, female rap music.
No. Wait, tap in. Tap me in. Tap me in.
Go ahead.
Hey, go ahead, Jaida.
From what I've seen, anytime I'm asking a male for money, I am strictly using you. There is no business in between. I will never see you, and I don't want to see you if I'm asking for money.
It's a city girl
What's the most a
mentality.
man has spent with the intentions of trying to get at you?
In
Don't
a
Ruby
day,
Rose yourself. In a day, she got motion.
You know what I'm saying? Like he did this for 3 months. You want the whole?
You want the
whole
last
tally?
quarter?
President, or like you're talking about like
No, he's pursuing you, and he's doing these things and buying things or doing things. What's that number?
in the total amount.
Yes.
I don't know that
See,
number.
that's a high number.
All right.
It's not.
But
All right. all
I
right.
think.
I'm
hold on,
glad
hold
we're
on.
talking about
Technically,
money.
at my age, it's
You gonna like this
high
next one?
value men.
Huh?
Nothing. Go ahead. What you got?
Technically, at my age, that the men that would be sending me money is high value men.
No, high value men.
Like,
Because
they
we
would-
want younger women.
They would be old. I mean, they ain't old now. The highest is maybe 30. Maybe.
still younger than
That's
them.
itching. That's
still
really,
younger.
really itching.
But you're still younger.
25?
You're still,
25,
but you're still younger than that
but
man.
yeah, no,
All right, so transition from men giving women money to transition to another way men give women money. What's the lady stance on women making extra money or having a sole income based on OnlyFans or that type of content?
If that's what you want to do. I'm not. I enjoy the privacy that I have with my body. And I'm a very private person. So if
It's like a
that's
6
how
months
you-
to text back, yeah.
Yeah, I'm very private.
Yeah.
It exclusive to me is on a whole nother level.
Mhm.
Like but if that's how you feel like you need to make your money
Mm-hmm.
to sustain your lifestyle for yourself, you're born in this world by yourself, you're gonna die by yourself.
I like how you distance yourself actually physically from the whole conversation.
I don't do it.
Okay.
You know,
But you're not hating on the woman doing it.
I'm not gonna hate on you because you're doing it, and I'm not gonna tell you not to do it because I don't like to persuade people or sound like a Jehovah's Witness.
I got you. Hold on, we're going to come back. How do you feel about Jaida?
I feel like OnlyFans is modern day tricking. Like, instead of going to corner, you can go to OnlyFans.
Or the yellow pages.
She's
You
a-
know about
I mean,
that,
like,
girl.
if
She's
you-
a hoe for sure.
Yeah, like if you're
Okay.
gonna get something, you go to Twitter. Twitter's free.
I don't understand. Yeah, I don't understand OnlyFans. Pornhub is free.
Twitter's
So,
X.
don't get it.
Twitter's free.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
get on Twitter,
Twitter
boy.
is
All right, so
free.
I want to get
Red sex tape on Twitter, and I was like,
Everybody.
whoa.
so I want to get to the phrase. Can't wife anyone with the OnlyFans.
Say again.
I believe that.
Can't wife anyone with the OnlyFans.
Completely agree.
Agree, because
Completely agree.
I'm not gonna go out here and date no man who whacking his jack
Look at
on camera.
Wait, you said whacking your jack?
Like, I'm not finna be attracted to that.
I love that phrase.
I'm like,
Whacking your jack.
you out here doing this for
Whacking your
like,
jack.
I would kind of be a little disgusted. I'm sorry. I would not want to ever
My
just
daughter.
be.
Okay.
I would never take you serious, sir. I'm sorry. If you was like, yeah, let me show you what I uploaded today, and it's like you just getting it in, and you like, yeah, I cashed out at this amount. I'm like, go to the bathroom.
You stay clocking out.
This man,
Jaida.
I'm
Jada.
out of here.
Do you have any friends? I'm pretty sure, and I'm also going to say this because Kennesaw State has a reputation.
Woo! For what?
Shit.
As all the men, shit. It just sound like
Wasn't there a newspaper article that put like the most sugar babies per colleges in Atlanta, and Kennesaw State was number 2 behind Georgia State?
Yep. Now,
Yo school.
Girl, you got that?
you
What was the question again? Sorry.
You can't wife.
now
you can't wife someone with
your
OnlyFans.
peers that make OnlyFans.
I would say I know strippers. I do know some that I could see potentially, maybe even this year going to OnlyFans.
Okay.
But
So with that being said, how? Say again.
Nothing. Your show. Go ahead.
So how many? So how do you feel about a man saying he would not wife a woman that makes OnlyFans content?
No, my man's not being like that. I'm sorry. I wouldn't even want a man to see me after that. If I'm gonna do OnlyFans, that means it's hard times and my face is covered up. You don't know it's me.
Protect her at all cost. Protect both these women at all cost.
I have no tattoos. Oh, too late for you.
All right.
Nah, you just go to the belly button down.
Crazy, you wild. You wow, man. Wow.
Resourceful, huh?
Crazy.
All right. Last phrase for this group. What are we gonna do? Nope. No, I want that one. All right. You knew he had multiple baby mamas. Why would you be different?
And And
What?
I ain't never pressed a red button so hard. If there was a red button on that table, I'd be slapping that thing like Family Feud. But no, because I want to have my own personal family. Like I don't.
So you basically saying you don't date men with kids?
No.
Okay.
Ew. No.
Ew. Sean, you had your hand raised.
Because I want to answer it really, really short.
Go ahead.
Women that know a man has multiple baby mamas and still has a child by him, she thinks she's the exception. She thinks that she's going to be the one that he wipes up and does right by, which further suggests or proves that women are delusional.
Yeah, because I had a friend. We're not friends anymore for good reasons. Hallelujah.
Damn.
She had a guy. I'll never forget it because we were in college, and he had an older daughter with another woman, and she got pregnant by him.
Okay.
While we were still in college, and so she Delulu number 5.0, and not only does that, but marries him, and then has another child with him, and then divorces him, and then moves from her hometown up here and moves him up here with her, and they're divorced, and I'm just like, wait, and then he, in between them not being together no more, goes on to have 2 more kids, and then I'm like, but he's living here with you, and then you're like, oh, he needs to get out of my house, and I'm like,
Well.
You bought him here. You knew what it was.
Well.
See?
Well, shit.
See?
And then would talk to me about the other baby mamas and be like, I'm the best one. Built like a refrigerator is crazy, but if that's what you think.
See, if a man say that, we be body shaming though. If a man say that, I'd be body shaming.
This is why you have women talk and we listen.
Yeah, well, that's because that's why you have to also be careful about like the women you carry yourself around as well, because yeah, she was one of my good friends, and but when people start doing things in life that I can't quite understand and certain things, I start to distance myself. So
Jaida, before I ask one last question with this group, do you have anything to add on that one?
She had me at that last part. I felt
women seeing women that deal with a man that has multiple baby mamas, and they think they're gonna be different. To that you say what?
You don't love yourself. Like I feel like women see patterns. Like we see patterns. We off of patterns. And like if you seen a pattern, like you gonna put 2 and 2 together. Like I'm gonna put 2 and 2 together. Like he already has 2 kids. That's what you said, right? Or he already has
multiple.
Multiple. Like,
yeah.
After 2, that was you want to be number 3? Like that's
crazy, wild.
He over 6 foot and the dick good.
I
wouldn't know that.
Wait, what? No. What did you just say? Wait, hold on. What did you just say?
If you're not a widow, don't talk to me.
Yeah, no.
No, what'd you say? I want to know what you said because I missed it too.
Because I thought I heard it, but
What you said?
I don't know. I want to confirm before I embarrass myself or her. That's exactly what I heard. Okay.
She said, I don't want it.
She said, if he's not eating ass, she doesn't want it.
Didn't see that coming.
That is what I heard.
Did not
I
see
didn't
that
know
coming.
that's what I heard. I saw you
Did
confirmation.
not see that coming.
But okay.
All right, we're gonna
You
take
can't
a
see
brief
anything coming
intermission.
from behind.
My parents and my probably grandparents are the people who gotta pay for this. Now we get to see the women who said the old and say, damn, I wish I had one.
What's the woman in pocket?
A woman that gets behind her man and obeys.
I wanna address that.
But you don't want to be in pocket. You don't want to get up under and listen to him because you want to do what your mama doing.